Today I'm going to bring you guys the best tactics not only for PC but for console and for mobile. It's going to be the best lower league tactics for your saves. It absolutely dominates all of the lower leagues across all of the countries. Let's get right into it. Be sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you are enjoying the content so far. Let's get into it. So up first, I'm definitely the strongest team in the video. That is going to be Scunthorpe. That does sound really weird to say, them being the strongest team, but of course one of the favourites in the Vanarama National League North. We come out and put on an absolute display here, winning 36 games, drawing 5 and losing 5 as well, but also winning that English FA trophy against Chesterfield. Quite a close final, to be honest, in 3-2 fashion, as you can see right there. But the great thing about this league is we absolutely took over. As you can see, second top goal scorer when it comes to the ratings, second and third place, the most assists in the league as well, the most clean sheets, which is really good because obviously we want to be defending very well. Now what is going to separate this tactic from a lot of the other low league tactics you're going to see across other channels is this tactic is actually quite attacking. You are going to score a lot of goals, you are also going to concede maybe a goal or so a game a little bit under. We've gone down to more of an attack approach because in these lower leagues you can simply outscore and it works really well in this match engine. Team stat wise, we are going to feature in almost everything. The most points, the most goals at 150, nearly 50 more than second place. That just literally goes over exactly what I said about how attacking we really are. The most shots, the fewest shots against, the fewest conceded, and the most clean sheets. And of course that is going to be backed up inside of the data hub here. 3.26 goals a game with a team like Scunthorpe is absolutely remarkable, and just over a goal conceded a game at 1.02. But obviously that does not matter at all because we're scoring way over 3 goals a game, so we love to be seeing that. The pass completion might not be the highest compared to other tactics, for example a pep tactic, because we're not playing short tiki-taka style. Obviously it's lower league, worse quality players, you've got to go a little bit more direct, use the wings, use the wide areas, but to be fair we're still ripping past 20 shots every single game, so not too shabby. Up next is going to be a team predicted to finish I believe in 17th place. That is going to be Maidenhead, where as you can see we do go and we don't win the league by automatics, but we do get promotion. You can see here in the final right now, if I go into it, it was quite a comfortable final 4-1 fashion right there, which we've got to take any day of the week. And as you can see we didn't lose that many games, but you know when you got is it Field and Chesterfield coming in with quite good seasons, you can't really complain. There was only 3 points in it from third to first, but at least we won the playoffs, get promotion. With the top goal scorers, he also got the highest average rating. We've got Casey putting in the most assists as well. From an attacking side, you really can't knock it at all. Didn't pick up the most clean sheets with this team, obviously a very weak team over in the Vanarama National League, but stat-wise we are going to feature in still some of them. That is going to be us coming in with the most goals, really showcasing the strengths of this tactic, and of course having the most shots. Possession-wise, we're not going to be in there because we really are not a possession-based team. I cannot stress this enough. It's why this tactic is so unique compared to the rest and designed for low league teams, just to clarify that. I'm not saying it won't work with a top team, but definitely designed for use with a lower league. Data hub wise it is going to be 2.5 goals every single game, 1.35 conceded. Now although we want to obviously not be conceding that much realistically with a team like this that are this bad in this league, I'm going to take it. We're scoring nearly double, 0.10 off scoring double, so we are going to be conceding over 18 shots a game, a great pass completion and a decent tackle win ratio as well. I'm not against it. Ideally we'd have it sort of like a 1.15, but you can't fix it at the end of the day. We're scoring, we've got automatic promotion, it does the job. Dominance. Up next, we're going to take this to a bit of a different league. That is going to be the Serie C, a really low down Serie C side, and that is going to be Potenza, a team predicted, I think, around the 14th place. You can see here, right, so we have done very well. We've only lost 3 games, won 27, drawn the other 8 games, but what makes it remarkable is we also won the Italian C Super Cup. As you can see right now, we're going to take that and runners up in the Serie C Cup, which, again, I'm not going to be too annoyed about. It's a double winning season with a team which, to be honest, should not be getting anywhere near what we have done with them. As you can see, 30 goals and 25 ranking us first and second with the most goals in the league. Average rating, we're going to claim first and third. Assist, again, first and third, so really strong display. Team stat wise, we are going to have a little look. This is remarkable. Outscoring everyone with whatever team we are. We're outscoring the lot of them. The most points per game, the most shots, the most dribbles being made as well. Really putting on a display of how good we are attacking within this system. Data hub wise, we are going to have a little look as well. That is going to be 2.76 goals every single game and basically 1 goal conceded every single match, so a lot more stronger obviously over in the Serie C. I'm impressed with all the results, but it's really good to see this tactic work not only in England, you know, because some people do like playing lower league saves in different countries like Spain, Italy, Germany for example. Germany's quite popular. 85% pass completion and just shy of 17 shots every single match. Lastly, over to the third tier of Bundesliga football, and we are going to go in with SV Waldhof. Waldhof? I think that's how you say that. A team predicted to finish in 5th place regardless. We've come out and obviously got the job done. That's what we love to do. With only lost 4 games. We won 28 and drew the other 6. And if we go into this league right now, we're going to claim the top goal scoring spot. You can't complain about that. First and second with the highest average rating, and first and second both with the top joint assists sitting at 11. Team stat wise, we're outscoring everyone as to be expected. The fewest shots against are going to be joint first with Freiburg's second team. The most shots we're going to have by quite some distance, and of course the most points per game, which is quite common sense. We did win the league. But of course, going over to that data hub, it is going to be 2.84 goals every single game, 1.13 conceded, which is really, really impressive. Over 17 shots every single game, an 85% pass completion, and quite a good tackle win ratio on this occasion of 76.45. That is 4 teams, all different levels, all different leagues. Remarkable results. Let's get into some highlights. Picked up a game with Scunthorpe in the league, a 5-0 win, and we got off to a flying start from a set piece. I will say a set piece video is coming very shortly. And from that point onwards, we just kept going strength to strength. A minute passes with a player injured, and we just play on Elliot on the edge of the box in tears. We go and score another goal into the second half now to make it 3-0. Elliot, who stayed on the pitch, and to be fair, still playing quite well, puts it into the bottom right corner. No idea what Pond was doing in goal there, though, but we'll take it. We can't complain. As we build up again now in the 67th minute, through to Elliot. Is he going to finish it? He nearly. Unlucky for Elliot. Credit to staying on the field, though. You've got to give him some credit there. And the last minute penalty coming in, we'll take it. A bit of drama over in the Surrey C Cup in a 6-3 win. Just going to prove and going to show that even if you do concede goals, it really does not matter, because you are going to outscore them with this tactic as we go 1-0 up right there. And we're going to go again now, playing it back inside into Rossetti. And that is an absolute rocket into the bottom right corner. We love to see that. And to be fair to us, we've done a good job all the way around. There's lots of goals, lots of action to talk about, but we carried on with the press and won it back, and we are not afraid to have shots. So we actually went 3-0 up. They do get a goal, obviously, to get back into the game in the 36th minute. It's a good give and go, simple as that, really. I'm not going to discredit a team when they're playing good football. And for us, we bounced back quite quickly, as you can see, using the right-hand side of the field, using the wide areas, back inside. Beautiful goal, really. Held it off well, played it off to this striker teammate, and we absolutely love to see that. They then go and get another goal to obviously semi-pull themselves back into the game. Not really, though. It's sort of one of them ones where I always knew I was in control of this fixture, until this point where they decide, you know what, we'll go and score another quite quickly after as well. And that is probably one of the best balls I've seen directly into the box throughout the entire of FM, so credit to them regarding that. We then go up to the other side of the field and we get another one. This is our 6th goal of the game, and again, at this point it was 6-2, no real stress. It's one of them. Actually, it was 5-3. This is to make it 6-3. So many goals, it got confusing. Of course, over for my mobile viewers as well, we absolutely cooked up a storm over on mobile. The tactic is very different on mobile, I will say, to get it to work, but we enjoyed a fantastic season with Scunthorpe, absolutely smashing it, only losing 8 games, winning 33, and obviously drawing the other 5. Again, you can get the mobile and the console tactic exclusively to the Patreon. I have to have it as a perk to give back to those who do support the channel, and obviously I don't usually play on these platforms, so I have to go out my way to make them. Hopefully you understand that, but I do showcase the results so you can decide whether you think it's worth clicking that wonderful link in the description. But let's go over to the console. The same story for console. The tactic is slightly different to get it to work really, really well, but again, we had a fantastic season with Scunthorpe over in the Vanarama National League North. Unfortunately, we did not bring home a trophy like we did obviously on PC, but we still had a remarkable season, picking up a few more losses but still getting the job done. Very close though with Spennymoor in 2nd place. Danny Elliott though had an incredible season, as you can see, with 34 goals. Remarkable scenes there. Data hub wise, if anyone interested, 2.41 goals per game, 1.57 conceded, so very similar to that PC situation of you are going to concede a goal, but you are going to go and score double it, if not more. So we love to see that. A very well-rounded tactic on the console, on the mobile, and of course the PC. Now let's break down the PC tactics. We've got 3 today, and you're going to need all of them. So of course, now over to your favourite part of the video. That is going to be the tactic breakdown. If you are enjoying, please do slap the like button. It helps the videos out massively. And thank you to over the 3,000 people that are and join the Patreon. Absolute legends. You get over 13 perks. You can see them on the screen right now, including access to all 3 of these tactics, the mobile tactic, the console tactic. You get access to the monthly giveaway, which last month was about £250 worth of goods. So definitely some big giveaways going on. You also get the videos early, the tactics early. You get priority in the video requests, tactic requests, rebuild files. There's so many perks going on, and I'm constantly adding to improve to give back back to you guys as well. You can check that out in the description below, but let's go over and talk about these player roles then. So it is going to be based off a 4-4-2. Funny enough, the sweeper keeper is going to be on defend. We don't really want any risk being taken, but I preferred it to a default goalkeeper, so that is why he comes into the team. The wing back on the right is going to be on defend, on tackle harder and mark tighter, and that is going to be the same for the left back. Now the reason why we have done this is because there's not too many good quality wing backs in lower leagues in terms of going forwards, really putting on a masterclass. Now if you're in the Premier League, you got Trent Alexander-Arnold. Of course, you're doing him an injustice to lock him in, not letting him obviously roam, get the balls in the box. But in this situation, the wing backs aren't usually the best quality, so they are going to be on defend on quite restricted instructions. Two central defenders who are both going to be on the default instruction as well, so nothing to talk about there. Nice and simple, not looking to ball play, just defend, defend, defend. The winger on the right is going to be on support, on take more risks, cross aim far post, run wide and get further forwards. It's going to be exactly the same as the left hand side. I want these wingers to obviously, when they do get the ball, to get further forwards and simply put the ball in the box. We've got two strikers, we've got one at the far post and one at the near post. You need to be making sure you're getting the balls into these guys, because that's where the goals come from. We saw in the highlights a lot of the balls were getting played directly into the box on the floor. It's not always about getting it onto the target forward's head, but getting the ball into the box is a much needed thing. And something which I haven't really used too much this year, but worked really well in the lower league tactic, is going to be the two box-to-boxes, both on tackle harder, as you can see, both on the same instructions. Now this does change with the attacking and the defensive variant, which is why you are going to need all three today. But just playing like this is a really good balanced way, because they get further forwards, but also they come back and they help defend. And these wingers aren't always going to be attacking, so they'll also help defend. So in some elements of the game, you're going to have a back eight, which is impossible to break down. A target forward is going to be used simply on a default instruction. Again, this is a great role to hold up the ball to feed the advanced forward, who is going to be simply on the default. Now, if you have got a good striker, I'm going to say 10 finishing with these leagues, you can have shoot more often on. But for me, I didn't have it on because I know it probably frustrate a lot of you guys to see your striker just completely wasting chances. To the team instructions. So all based off some custom wing play on the positive mentality, we are going to opt for fairly wide. We're going to pass into space, very important with a system like this. Down the left and the right, again, very important using the wing play tactic. This is going to be set to standard, although on your screen it will say slightly shorter. Having it on more direct was a little bit too much in my opinion. For the default variant, we're going to go with slightly higher when it comes to the tempo. We're going to leave this to mix, because that way you get a nice mixture, funny enough, of low crosses coming in and obviously balls to the target forward at the back post. And we are also going to go with run at defence. In transition, nice and simple. We're not going to counter press, because usually players of this caliber don't have the sort of fitness to do that over an entire season. So I'd only have this on if you're desperate to try and get back into a game. You want to take a game to someone, you can use it. They're going to counter, they're going to play it to the flanks, and that's going to be it. Nice and simple. And of course, out of possession, we're going to rock with that standard line, nice and basic, nice and simple. With that high pressing line of engagement, we're going to go more often, and that's going to complete one tactic, two more to come. Let's go. The attacking variant, of course, is going to be the same shape, but a little bit different in the sense of the wing backs get a bit of a boost, the ball playing defenders come in, so let's get into it. So the goalkeeper does remain the same. The wing backs now go on to support with quite a few instructions, all needed instructions, I will say. Mark tighter, tackle harder, stay wider, run wide, cross aim far post and cross more often. Needed instructions to get the most out of these, because when you're switching to this attacking tactic, it means you're chasing the game, trying to desperately get a goal, so you need to let them fly. You need to let them get involved, and having these instructions on will do that. Two ball playing defenders come in instead of central defenders. Now only do this if your players can play the role. If your players are awful in this role, do not make the change, but just having them as ball players obviously means they take more risk with the passing, which obviously is going to make you a lot more attacking minded when they pick up the ball. But if your players can't do it, don't just use it for the sake of it. It's purely down to the players you have. A winger on the right is going to be on attack, on cross aim far post and run wide. And that's going to be exactly the same for the left hand side. Again, just buffing them up a little bit, letting them get really attacking. The box to boxes remain in, but on the left hand side we've got get further forwards. Now in truth being told, there's no real reasoning behind which side gets the get further forwards. It comes down to what player is better when it comes to the attacking side of the game in your team. So whoever's got the better passing, the better shooting maybe, have him on get further forwards and keep the other one simply as the default. The target forward remains the same and the advanced forward remains untouched. Again, custom wing play, of course, on the attacking, so not positive, attacking on this one. We're going to go with fairly wide, pass into space, overlap left and overlap right, meaning them wing backs now are really going to get involved, focusing down the right and the left hand side, maxing out the tempo, keeping this in the middle. We're going to run at defence, we're going to be more expressive, and we're going to hit early crosses. So this has now transformed the tactic completely. We're very, very aggressive. We're playing very attacking football. We're getting the ball in early doors. We're playing with a higher tempo. Very aggressive, but very successful. In transition, as I briefly discussed, if you are trying to chase a game down, you can use counter press, which of course we are going to do, meaning both forward players and obviously that four in midfield are going to be very aggressive. We're going to counter attack and we're going to play it to the flanks. And if you are really desperate, you can actually go with over the opposition defence because you have got two strikers. Not too much different in this tab, but we'll talk about it anyway. So standard, the high press and line of engagement, we're going to max out the trigger press, and on this occasion, we're going to get stuck in. For the defensive tactic, this is a real shut-up shot job. Now, when you're playing in these lower leagues, a lot of them can be very strenuous on your players, and the fitness might go down the pan. So this is designed not to play with much of a higher tempo and defend your games out. You're going to be playing almost with a back 8. It's almost impossible to break down, and trust me, it's the perfect tactic to grind out results. So it is going to be the sweeper keeper on defend, the wing back on the right, on tackle harder and mark tighter, as the left back is going to be pretty much the same as the default tactic across the entire back line, as you can see right now on your screens. The addition of 2 defensive wingers comes in. Now, I will say, if you've not got players that can cover this role, you can use support wingers, but just don't tell them to get further forwards. Have them quite defensive, but if you can use defensive wingers, I would highly recommend it. They're both going to be on take more, sorry, the one on the left, nearly got that wrong, is going to be on take more risks, cross aim far post, run wide and get further forwards. And on the right, it's going to be cross aim far post and also run wide with the ball. Again, not too much emphasis on why one is like on the left and one's on the right. It comes down to which is your strongest player in that role. For me, the left-hand sided one was a little bit more at getting further forward, so I thought, do you know what, we'll let him have a little bit more of that attacking side of the game. And the one who wasn't as good going forward can purely almost play as another wing-back, to be honest. We then introduce a ball and midfield player. Can't really roll with 2 box-to-boxers when you're trying to completely defend a team out, so we are going to simply have him on support, and we're still going to have 1 box-to-box, so he can go forwards and also come back, and he is going to be on tackle harder. And to finish it off, the target forward remains unchanged, and of course that advanced forward. We don't want to change them and make them too defensive, because otherwise we have got no attacking outlet. So again, custom wing play on the positive mentality. We are going to instantly go with fairly wide. We're going to pass into space. We're going to focus down the left and the right hand side because it is a wing play and tactic. You need to be doing that. We're going to leave this in the middle. The tempo is going to be set too high. Now, there is reasoning behind this, because although we're not going to be flying into every single challenge by using get stuck in, I still want to have a higher tempo so that we're not just, when you're basically playing with a back 8, if you're too complacent, it's basically you're saying, come on mate, have shots at me, come on, have shots at me. If you're still playing with a higher tempo, you're still going to be hard to play against, so you need to do that. But if your players are really struggling in terms of fitness, they're tired, you can lower it down to slightly higher, or if you need to, you could even go down to standard. But be prepared, the lower you have that, the more pressure you're going to invite on yourselves. The time wasting is going to be set to sometimes. We're going to play for set pieces. Again, I'd apologise about the delay on that video. I'll make sure that gets dropped very, very shortly. We're going to run at defence, and we're going to keep mixed crosses on. In transition, it's going to be nice and simple. 2 instructions: play it to the flanks and counter-attack. Lastly, out of possession, we are going to go with the standard line. We're going to go with the high press and line of engagement, and of course, much more often. Now, quickly, before we do leave today, I will say, if you are trying to really shut up shop and you don't mind having shots at you, that would be a situation as if your goalkeeper's really good, you think he can deal with the long shots, you could easily rock this down to a mid-block, and that would really shut up shop. But as a general rule, to still be competitive in the games, I would keep it as the high press and line of engagement. But that's going to complete for you boys 3 variants of the lower league master tactic, a tactic requested for the centuries now. I've seen so many comments about using tactics for smaller teams, so here you go. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. If you have, please do leave a like. It's completely free to do so, and subscribe, turn the notification bell on. We are trying to push for 21k, we may as well do it. And yeah, hopefully you've enjoyed. Keep the comments coming on any future tactics you want to see, and I'll see you in the next one.